to our recap of Celebrity Apprentice Season 7, Episode 3.
Well, the company this week is Luvo.
Oh, it makes it easy to make great choices.
Something about this reminds me of the drug Luvox.
Well, that's not
it's only
good.
one letter off, and it's like yuppie type food, you know, like healthy, expensive frozen food.
Okay, well, the task this week is to set up this Luvo Bistro tasting menu
Little bistro.
along with a presentation.
And they're
gotta
gonna have
make that
the
brand
executives
messaging.
and, you know, focus group off the street.
Right.
Eat this food. Tell us what you think. All right, so the PMs are Vivacia
Or Vivica
and Terrell.
for the men.
Yes, and the prize this week is 50,000
Woo!
ball hairs for
It's
their
20K
charity.
from Trump and 30 from Luvo.
That's pretty sweet.
That's awesome.
That's a nice chunk of change right there. So right away, Team Infinity, the ladies.
I have seen so many fake eyelashes already this season.
There was more mink in that room than on Joan Rivers' coat on New Year's Eve on
right.
Kathy Griffin. All right, so they come up with love yourself one bite at a time, kids.
It sounds kind of dirty if you have a dirty mind, but at the same time, it makes sense.
Yeah. So their plan is to show the diversity of groups enjoying the food, like
So like an athlete,
a beauty
a mom.
queen. Why a beauty queen?
because Kenya is a former Miss USA and she needs to tell everyone about it.
All right, well, Sean's pretty upset. She's out of it. She's got bad cramps.
They were in the van on the way to the war room and she was just like, yeah, if I doze off, just like tap me or whatever. What?
Was she heavily medicated?
I don't know, because in the commentary she was like, yeah, usually I just like stay in bed the whole time.
She's got bad lady issues. I mean, that could be a
man.
problem for some people.
But seriously.
All right, well,
Vivica sends Sean to go shopping with Kate for props and costumes.
and dishes, I guess. And then when they call to check in, Vivica is pissed that Kate and Sean are taking so long doing all this.
Well, it's kind of holding the team back, and as a result, they don't have time to rehearse.
Well, you know what? Maybe she should have thought of that before she sent them off doing all that
Maybe
stuff.
you shouldn't have sent those two. They were just like, this plate or this plate
You know,
or
in their
this plate.
defense, though, New York City traffic,
I know that.
it's a problem.
I know.
All right, well, let's talk about the guys' team. Team Vortex. Geraldo, he keeps coming up with those concepts week after week.
Kevin Jonas is not there to go.
Yeah. And Terrell is being too polite. So,
They decide, let's taste all the food, let's see what this is all about, and put together a tasting menu.
this tastes fattening.
Yeah,
I guess that was the ice cream.
I guess.
Everybody got to pick one type of food. Of course, Geraldo wanted some Hispanic food or whatever. He's like, I really like this. It represents me.
I guess. Has
He's
anyone
very
else
proud.
Has anyone noticed that Geraldo's been referring to himself as
Geraldo?
Geraldo?
Yeah.
Come on!
Dead giveaway. Cray. All right, so everyone picked their favorites. And Gilbert, again, hilarious. The laughs never stop coming. The minute he opens his mouth to the minute he closes it.
Okay,
And
so
thereafter.
yeah, all the guys were working on their individual presentations. They were writing speeches, blah blah blah. Gilbert was like, "I'm not doing this because I like to improv, and I'm
Exactly.
not gonna write something down because no."
They warned him against it, but he went with improv. So Ian, oh my God, I can't stand
We're having some major name issues this
his
season.
voice. This is steaming. How many people, leave it in the comments, please. Are you so disgusted by Ian
That's so
and his
mean.
voice?
His voice is annoying, but disgusted.
I'm disgusted. Every time I hear him speak, it's like nails on the chalkboard.
It's just because he does like this creepy inflection. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just whatever. It is what it is.
He's got to get that whistle fixed. All right, so everybody wrote speeches. They rehearsed.
They were smart.
it,
They rehearsed the
except for
presentations.
Gilbert.
Well, I mean, like as a group, they rehearsed.
Right. So it's time for the presentations, and Team Vortex goes first.
I think that practice really paid off for them.
I think so too, because it went really smooth.
Yeah.
Each guy presented their food. They
Everything
told a
was
little
going
bit
great.
about it. But then Gilbert got up there.
Oh no.
And you know what? He's funny as hell until he took it a little too nasty.
Things got a little nasty.
I got 2 kids.
Which means
I had sex with this woman 2 times.
you're going a little Ian mixed with
I
Gilbert.
know. Cause I had sex with that woman 2 times. All right, so.
Yeah. So everyone's just like, oh.
Awkward. All right, time for the ladies. Team Infinity. Costumes? Really?
Vivica was wearing a mustache.
And a short curly wig.
Brandy and Lisa were wearing like flight attendant outfits. What?
So bad.
Okay, well,
that wasn't the only problems they had.
well, I think the executives and the people there really enjoyed it because they did want a fun presentation.
I guess. I thought it was kind of kitsch.
Well, I think they wanted that.
The bad part was they only had 2 microwaves.
They did not plan ahead. It was a mess in the back.
It's obvious these ladies don't cook, but for crying out loud, you don't know how to use a microwave either and time things out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the timing was really bad.
People were waiting forever. They were dying there waiting for food.
And then Jamie wanted to start bringing out the food, and Kenya was like, you're not dressed to go out there.
Give it to me.
Whoa.
Jamie wanted to punch Kenya in the face.
She's totally
hardcore.
a peaceful person.
She is so chill.
But she was ready to punch.
Who the hell raised you?
Woo! All right.
It was getting a little heated up
It was. Let's talk about this week's boardroom.
All right, so Vivica would replace Sean with Geraldo if given the chance.
Whoa! Trump was like, yeah, how do you think Geraldo's doing? She was like, okay. And he was like, you want to replace someone on your team with Geraldo?
Vivica was really pissed about the whole Sean not feeling well thing.
She exposed her in front of everyone.
She yelled, she got her damn period. Excuse me, her uterus was coming out.
I felt really bad for Sean in that moment. Like, that's super embarrassing.
That is super embarrassing, and Sean was pissed and mortified.
I don't blame her. That's not something that needs to be said in the boardroom.
You know
just
what?
said, like, she's not herself, she's tired, she's like...
Only Kate
whatever.
stood up and defended Sean, and I applaud her for that because that was very nice of her to do that.
Well, Kate also spent the most time with her on this task.
True.
So, I mean, who else even saw her?
Well, she wasn't the only one who got called out. Jamie took it upon herself to call out Kenya as well.
Well, seemed like she was difficult, so...
The ladies, I thought, had a great presentation.
But...
Horrible
horrible
execution. And that's exactly what the execs thought as well.
All right.
Now, the execs thought the men's team, the service was great because there's a lot of actors on there.
Couple
I'm sure
problems,
they bust
though.
a few tables.
Couple problems.
They didn't like Gilbert's nastiness. I had sex! And they didn't like the slogan, Geraldo.
Oh.
You're claiming stuff that can't be proved in a court of law.
Also, they were focusing a lot on how these foods will help you lose weight, and they didn't want that. They wanted it to be about the lifestyle,
Right.
not just weight loss.
Being healthy. So the ladies won, and I have to say, I'm a little bit surprised.
I think
because
they might have been
they were a hot mess. But lucky Vivica won $50,000 for her charity, Best Buddies.
Yay! Another
love
great
that.
charity.
So it's time for the boardroom. Terrell totally...
Terrell!
Oh, there's such difficult names. Terrell called out Gilbert, and everybody knows that the slogan sucked.
Yeah.
And you know who made the slogan? Geraldo.
So it was pretty obvious who was going to be in the
Boardroom.
three...
The Trinity boardroom there.
I mean, what do you even call that? They were called out after
The
class.
firing squad. Yeah, so basically it's
Trump was
Geraldo's
like,
fault.
do you want to stay? Do you want to stay? Oh, did we say who went? Terrell, Geraldo, and Gilbert were all in the boardroom.
This is what I call a case of Trump does not want to fire Geraldo, so he comes up with a smokescreen of asking them why they think they should stay. He knows the right thing to do is fire Geraldo, but he is not going to do it.
Hell no.
So he asked everybody, and then Geraldo amazingly came up with, I survived Iraq 12 times.
Afghanistan, Somalia.
I've survived every crap hole I've ever been in. And
I feel like crap
between.
hole is not a good word for that.
No.
I feel like that was a little bit offensive.
Yeah. But Gilbert got fired because he was the scapegoat.
Yeah.
And he got to do the special handshake with Terrell, though.
Terrell!
That he learned in the war room.
Yeah.
So, let us know what you think.
I'm kind of sad to see Gilbert go, and by I mean really.
Very, very sad. It makes me almost want to stop watching, except that Sig is still on, so who knows? He may be next. I probably just gave him the
Don't do
kiss
that.
of death.
All right, next time looks like it's going to be crazy. They're working with Cosmo magazine.
Geraldo will be in his underwear. He is sucking it in big time. You better watch out. There's going to be a tornado when he lets that loose.
Geraldo poops in Geraldo's underwears.
And Trump does something never before done on The Apprentice.
I almost feel like he's going to switch up the teams.
I'm almost feeling like he's going to fire somebody from the winning team.
Could be.
We'll have to see. Although I'm not sure if he did that or not yet.
All right.
Who knows? He's a crazy mofo. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. And until next time,
Much love.
Edit.